So after cleaning that with the crud cutter, I'll try and show you how nice that cleaned up. You still see some burnishing, a little bit of color in that clamp screw, but that's really not oil or rust or anything. That's from the manufacturing process, so that's nothing to worry about. But all that grease is gone, the threads are clean, my clamp washer came out good, my little set screw is all clean. So that's how quick I can clean these parts with that spray. I'll do the rest of the parts at another time. I forgot to mention the plates, the covers that I took off, top and bottom, and the end plate. And these bigger parts like this, I just put in an empty shoe box to keep them in the same place until I clean them. And this definitely needs cleaning and so forth. But I'll put that aside right now, and I'll tell you what I'd like to do now is take out the light fixture and the motor on this thing. And on page 17 of the service guide, an adjuster's guide, it's in the remove and replace section for this 337. It talks about one of the steps to remove the light fixture is to remove this cam right here. This is the zigzag cam. So it's part of the mechanism, and I love to remove this to get into the gears down there where all that brown, sticky, dry, cruddy grease is, to be able to clean it. So normally you put a big screwdriver here and turn left and you break it free and you remove it. But on a 50-year-old machine like this, it's very common that that's really frozen in there, and this one is. So I sprayed WD-40 on it. I spray that 3-in-1 penetrating oil on it. Tap it with the handle of a plastic screwdriver. Didn't help at all. Used my offset screwdriver. Didn't help at all. Put my trusty hair dryer on high. Blew hot air all over it about 5 minutes till it was too hot to touch. Let it cool down, tapping every once in a while to try and break it free. Didn't help at all. Did that process again and scraped a knuckle. So I know from experience that it's not worth the effort. It's nice to be able to do that. It makes some things easier. It helps with the removal of this light fixture. But I have a plan B that I've used before, and that's what I'm going to have to do now. If you can get that kind of thing off, if you're instructed to do so, it does make cleaning that gear and the matching gear on this cam stack easier. So we're just going to have to work around that. I pulled up the cord and loosened it. I'm going to edit in a little piece of video now that I had to take the camera off the tripod, and I'll show you that set screw that's down in here for the tension post, if you'd like to see that, and if you do want to remove it. And I'm going to show you down in here a little silver screw that you take out that holds in the light assembly here. And to get this out, if you choose to, you've got to take that screw off. So I'll edit in that video portion, and then I'll come back and see if I can't get this screw out and get the light fixture out of the body. Before I put the camera back on the tripod, I wanted to try and show you that set screw for the tension. So if you look about them, I don't know if you can see, that's the top of the needle bar and the take-up lever and that little black circle. You see a little small black screw in there. That's the set screw that holds the post for the tension unit. And then over here is a silver screw next to the bottom of that cord. Okay, now that you've seen the screws, I'm going to attempt. Let me grab one of my screwdrivers here. That's more of a Phillips type screw in there, so that's what I'm going to try and do to get down in there. And this screw usually, again, you always push hard so you don't strip the top of the screw, and it's already broken free here, and I'm going to be able to loosen that screw. Oop, there it fell out. Okay, so there's the little screw that holds the light assembly in. What is that? I thought I would put this in the bag that has the little screw that holds that electrical plug in the back. I'm familiar with this screw, so I don't need to write a note to myself on this stuff. And then they talk about tilting this, bringing it towards the motor and tilting it up, but when you get it out, maybe you'll be able to see that that can be kind of tricky. So you see there's a lever about that long and a spring, and it can be kind of tricky to maneuver out of here. Let me see if I can get it to come up. Usually you can't move the light housing far enough either way to either clear this part or to clear the lever and spring in the back. So try and play with it here a little bit more and see. This is slightly different than the 347 and 457 that I did. Yeah, come on you. There's got to be an easier way than this. My goal is to get this light fixture out of the body so I can cover it to protect it when I do the major cleaning here. Yeah, usually I've had fairly good luck taking it down, but I'm not having. Oh, there we go. Let's see, I think I can lift it up through now, maybe. There we go. So I moved it kind of at an angle like this, enough to get the mounting bar free. Let's see if it will come up here. Boy, there's some close specs on this. And remembering that everything I take off, I've got to get put back on. I'm going to see if I can drop this down and out. Get a little slack. It's out a little bit, so I need a little more slack on the cord. So there is a clamp and a screw down in this part that's holding the cord to the side to keep it away from all the moving mechanisms. And I think that I'm going to have to see if I can just pull some slack through that clamp. That's pretty tight. So I think I'm going to have to take off this cover plate. And it shows how to do that in the manual, and I've done it before. One of the things that you will do with this electrical stuff to get it ready to clean, if you want, is you've got to remove the switch stuff here. So this happens to be a plastic washer, and here's the switch, and you just kind of push it in towards the motor. So that gives you a little more slack. And then let's see, I'll need a bag of that for like some of the screws and clamps for the electrical stuff. So I'll just put that in a bag for now so I don't knock it off. And on the front of this, you see that screw is right about here. So I need to take some of this stuff off here to get the plate off. So we can start with the little screws here, and here, and here. And this one is a little different because there's not threads or anything. Whoop, in the back. There you go. There's a little, I call it a pinch washer. It's like a washer with little star teeth that pushes on. And somebody's had that off before, and that's why this fell out. The washer's really not made to be reusable, but if you're careful taking it off, you can fix it with your needle nose and put it back on, and it will work fine. But somebody took it off and didn't fix it, just shoved it back on, and it held until I put some pressure on it. There's no threads on this. I'll put that in my front piece bag, and let's see, take the rest of this off now. I don't think you need to watch this, so I think I'll stop the video and get this off or almost off, and then come back. Thanks.